Hello, boys, girls, and MBs. What is up? How's it going in the morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in this tiny old world that just keeps spinning around, you know? Not sure what kind of intro that is. Yeah, the title, you read it right. You read it right. Is it bait? I don't know. Maybe you should hang around and find out if it's bait. That's a joke because it is a little bit of bait. In the stream, in this channel, we talk about internet news and drama. Usually I plan out a stream of, you know, some drama, some, you know, shit. Some people are doing bad things on the internet, okay? So that's what we talk about here. But I wanted to kind of free flow this stream, you know? Feeling tired. I have bad carpal tunnel suddenly, so let's do a little catch up, right? We'll catch up. If you're new here, my name is Max. I'm gonna be 30 in August. Yes, I'm gonna be a 30-year-old man talking about internet drama. But hey, isn't that every man on the internet? Ludwig turned 30 today. I realized the last 3 streams I did were about Ludwig, so I should probably cut that nonsense out. But he's gotta quit making mistakes, okay? With this stream, I'm winging it, you know? Carpal tunnel's starting to hurt. Don't know how I suddenly got carpal tunnel. I guess that's what happens. You turn 30 and it's like, life's like, hey, here you go. You get carpal tunnel, you know? And then you walk around and everyone tells you you're washed up. So, you know, I'm out here playing the dirty old tricks on YouTube where you gotta use a popular YouTuber in the title, and then people click it more, and then they're like, wait a minute, hold on, hold on, I actually like this guy, you know, because that's how you work the system. It's the trick to life, you know. You ever trying to do something in life, you just use someone else's identity to trick them, and you make them think you're them, and then they're like, okay. And then they're sold. That's how it works. But anyway, enough of the jibber jabber. I started a Discord that I'm famously bad about, like, opening up on the desktop. But I'll provide the link. And I need to open up my damn chat. I forgot to open up chat tonight. That might be kind of, you know, an important thing to do. So let me. Also, Adam McIntyre got reported to ICE apparently. I don't know if you guys know Adam McIntyre is, but like someone who I deem is like unproblematic. It says Snark reported him to ICE. So maybe we'll check in on that drama. Also, there's just some cool shit going on in the world. I don't know if you guys have been seeing Maya Alvis Sanctuary on Twitch. She's like a road fell apart, and she's like out there fucking digging shit out and like trying to put a road back together, you know, trying to get all the water out of it. And I think that's what she was doing on stream today. It was freaking insane. Shout out to Maya. Super cool stuff happening over there in that neck of the woods. Let me open up my chat so I can see who's in chat, because I definitely haven't acknowledged anybody in my chat yet, because I haven't even seen my chat, you know? YouTube didn't give me a... Yo, August birthdays. Oh, what's up, Blender? How you doing? We got community member Blender in chat. Big Kurtis fan. Blender's a Kurtis fan. Blender got duped originally when I used Kurtis in a title. And now Blender's getting double duped. It's the way the boat floats, you know? Maybe we should just binge watch Curtis Connor videos till you fall asleep. I thought about oh, he put out a new video. Hey yo. I didn't even know he put out a new video. I'm a fake fan, you know? I'm not a good Curtis the Kurt Boy fan. But maybe we'll have some fucking fun. Why not? Maybe a little. What do we want? What do we want to do? Some drama first, then the Curtis. Holy mackerel! His video's an hour long. Okay, maybe we'll do drama. Maybe we'll check it on this Adam McIntyre drama first, and then get over to good old Kurt. Oh man, I'm losing my sound thing here. Let's see. Okay, the reason that my Stream Deck is not working is... Tell me, computer. Okay, let's see if I can open up my Stream Deck again, because Stream Deck, more like shit deck. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. Stream Deck. Okay, that's nice to know that I can't find the app, because it's called Elgato Stream Deck. There we go. All right, that's just... Oh, it logged me out. Thank you. Thank you for logging me out of a physical deck. How does that happen? Like a physical object I got logged out of. What the fuck? Dude, I don't know what is happening over here. Okay. What is going on? Stream Deck is fried as all hell. All right, well we're manual Stream Decking today. See this? Canada Kurt put out a new video. It's been a minute. He's been chilling. I bought a time machine online. We'll watch a little bit of this and then you skip over to the drama.
My world tour right here in my home.
Oh, I don't want to hear about your world tour. Okay? Just kidding. Just kidding. I can't.
Same time, they're all incredibly be a different guy if I did. That film had a huge impact on me, and favorite movies of all time is Napoleon Dynamite. That film had a huge impact on me, and straight up, I feel like I'd be a different guy if I didn't see that movie in my formative years.
Pause. I'm pausing it already. Who watched Napoleon Dynamite? Anyone grow up watching Napoleon Dynamite? That shit was legendary. Dude, I don't think I would be like the person, like, I don't think I'd be like, not the person, but I don't think I'd be like that movie did something to me is what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like I watched that movie and it kind of like the characters in it, like gave you there's a lot going on in that movie, right? Where it's like, you see the nerd, it like shows you like the nerd in school, in college, and that wasn't really for you. Your mom references it all the time. Yeah, it like, it was okay. It was in those early stages of movies where it was like, I feel like it was still at the point where, well, I mean, it still happens, but it was at the point where like people would just see misogyny and shit like that and just move on and be like, oh, all right. It still happens, but you know what I mean? It was at a more regular frequency with movies and shit back then. Whereas like they have that scene in it where it's like he walks up to her and she's like drinking 2% milk. He's like, is that because you think you're fat? Just like in broad daylight in the middle of the school. And then like you see the girl, or you see the, what's his name, Pedro, the like token Mexican guy at school that they made in the movie, and you're just like, what the fuck? And then you see Kip, his dad, who's like super, he's like, I get you the chopstick. And then you see, there's just like a wide spectrum of characters. You see Napoleon being the bus, the annoying kid on the bus. It's just like, I don't know, the characters are all over the damn place. And then you see the guy that's like in the fucking, he's like throwing the pigskin in the field. And he's like your typical like country guy. And he's like, they really like token him as like the country guy, you know? Because he's in the football field. What else do country guys do? They go in the field and they throw the fucking football, am I right? And they listen to John Stapleton in the field. That's what they do. Oh, I didn't realize the name change here. What's up, Justin? My parents lived in Indonesia at the time, and I got a pirated copy that had subbed. Oh, I had a pirated copy too. They were translated from translation. There a while. I pirated subtitles were better than the movie. I lived in China. Also, how you doing, Justin? I need to do that. God, I'm a fucking idiot. I need I need to fix this fucking stream deck before I blow a fucking fuse here. This is insane. I used to live in China where they would like have that. They would just sell pirated DVDs. Like on the street. You would be walking the street and people would be like, DVD, DVD, DVD. And you'd walk up to it. They would sell you a pirated DVD for any fucking movie you could think of. And you'd get it for like equivalency of like $3 to $5 American dollars. When in America that shit was probably like $30. Or I don't even remember how much DVDs cost. I think I was like a renter of DVDs back then. But, you know, they're probably what, like $30, something like that. Pirated was so fucking funny though, because people would just walk past the screen like, and you'd see them like with their thing of shoveling popcorn in their mouth. Oh, dude, so good. I still have a stash of them somewhere. So fucking good. Pirated movies over regular movies any day. Does it sound bad? Yes. Do I give a shit? No.
Always admired Napoleon Dynamite, mostly because all the characters are ridiculous.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I need to do that in chat more often. I need to do like I notice when I watch Sandwich Stream, she does this. When she's like, all right, how's everyone doing? She'll be like 1 to 10, how's your day doing? And then people in chat are like 1, or they'll be like 7, 8. I like that. I think it's a fun thing to do in stream. I should do something like that.
Over the top, but at the same time, they're all incredibly relatable. We can relate to Napoleon feeling like an outsider. We can relate to Pedro's determination, Kip's mustache. It's all very relatable. My favorite character in Napoleon Dynamite.
Wait, pause. Okay, look at Kip and look at Kurtis.
Feeling like an outsider. We can relate to Pedro's determination, Kip's
and then look at Kurtis.
It's all very my favorite character in Napoleon Dynamite, and possibly one of my favorite characters across all media, is Uncle Rico. For those of you who have somehow not seen the film, Napoleon and
See? What did I say? Country guy living in his freaking thing.
Kip's Uncle Rico is called in to watch the two brothers after their grandmother was injured in a dune buggy accident.
Since when did she go to the dunes?
Uncle Rico is obnoxious, rude, self-centered, greedy, but throughout the film, you find yourself empathizing with this man because it is immediately obvious that Uncle Rico is a man painfully trapped in the past.
Man, I wish I could go back in time.
Napoleon Dynamite takes place in 2004.
I must leave now, having movie night with a friend. Big sad you can't say, but socializing. Yo, fucking touch grass. Thanks for even stopping by, even though you had to touch grass. It's fucking sick that you still hung out. Have a good night, sleep well, enjoy the road trip. Thank you. You know what's funny? I was going to take the road trip, and I just called my friend that I was going to go visit, and I was like, I hate to break the news to you, but I mentally cannot do it. I'm too spent. I'm like way too exhausted. I just drove home from Michigan today. I'm fucking cooked. So I'm like, I can't do it. I physically could not get my body to go out and do that. So I'm just going to go get coffee with a friend in the morning tomorrow. Take my day easy because I did it. I hung out with people. I socialized. I touched a ton of grass over the weekend. I just need to untouch grass, you know? You know when you need to untouch grass? That's what I'm doing. I'm untouching grass.
But Uncle Rico dresses like he's straight out of the 70s, and he constantly talks about his high school football career and how
hope you enjoy your hang time with friends.
Skilled he was.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
And throughout the film, he goes on and on about how different his life would be if his coach...
Resting up. Good job touching grass. Have a good one, Blender. Have fun with your friends. It sounds fucking sick. Enjoy your movie night. Hope you watch good movies.
Put him in the fourth quarter of their playoff game.
Coach would have put me in fourth quarter. We'd have been staked.
I like how I kind of summed up Napoleon Dynamite, and then now we're going through Kurtis summing it up. Can we ADHD for a second? Do you guys mind if we ADHD? Should I watch myself? What if I did a stream where I just watched myself? Yo, whose stream is this? Who is this? Yo, that guy fucking sucks. I'm leaving his stream. He's awful. I want to watch this. We'll come back to the Kurtis vid.
I hope you're all...
Snark reported him to ICE. I have to see this. Come on. And then maybe we'll move her to Maya Sanctuary Twitch. Oh my God, she's still live. Jesus Christ. All right, maybe we'll come over to this in a bit. We'll go over here. We'll chill. See what this is.
Doing very well. Okay, I'm currently in LA. I'm here with my mom because we are taking a little week in LA before we go back to New York, and I do my final ever show in America on July 11th. We are almost sold out. It is insane. We've sold out VIPs, we've sold out meet and greets, and I think we only have like 20 general admission left. So if you want to come, it's going to be my final show in America before I leave. And then I'm probably just going to move back to Brighton. Honestly, at this stage, it's between Brighton and Paris. But if I go to Brighton, I get to bring my dogs. We've been having a lot of fun in LA. I don't know if anyone saw my post though, but literally like 2 days ago in WeHo, I got...
The last time Adam was in LA, he was visiting the one and only Ethan Klein. Isn't that funny to think about? He's not an Ethan Kleiner anymore.
Mugged, and they stole my phone. So I was without a phone for a little bit, hence the silence. But I can confirm that I went out and got a new phone, unfortunately, because even after all the tracking in the world, it turns out that they threw my phone in the bin and it got destroyed. So that wasn't the greatest, but we've been having a time in LA. Now, I want to talk about something that has came to my attention, and I wasn't going to film a video tonight, but I really want to talk about it because I think that there's something that I want to highlight with it. I'm going to be talking about my snark today, okay? So, obviously, like every other creator, I have a snark. There's a snark on
Let's
me,
see what's
on
going
Reddit,
on here.
and, you know, they talk about things they don't like or whatever. And I've always been on the wavelength that whenever it comes to snarks, I always feel like I don't want to comment too much on it because...
Didn't his snark begin? I think his snark, if I'm not mistaken, began at the start of the Colleen Ballinger thing when he first told the story about it. When people were like, "Nar," they're like, "Nar, that's not what happened."
Because you could argue commentary can be snark. You could argue anything could be snark, right? So it's like, who am I to dictate that I can talk about people, but people can't, you know, talk about me, right? So I've always held this, and I still do. I think that there can come a part where it goes into territory that is borderline illegal, and something has happened on my snark within the last couple days that...
Also, can I say this? If you're reporting a streamer or like, if you're a fan of somebody or even an anti-fan or whatever, like no matter the size of the streamer, whoever it is, and you have that in you to fucking, like, go the time to go report somebody to snark, you need to go do something. You need to, like, hit the gym. You need to go find a friend. Like, call somebody. Like, do something else. Don't do that. That's, sometimes I think I'm hyperly online, and I'm like, oh, God, you know, I need to go touch grass. And then I do that, and then I come back, and then I hear about stuff like this. And I'm like, okay, this is somebody that actually doesn't touch grass, like, let alone may have never touched grass. And I, like, am just desperate to see what this person looks like, you know? They're probably just like an Asmongold copycat.
I was a little bit silent on, and I wasn't considering making a video on because I have launched an investigation into it because it has tread the line.
Holy shit.
But basically, my snark have reported me to ICE. Okay?
Huh?
Yes, that is a real sentence I just said. My snark have reported me to ICE. As in, ICE in America. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're probably doing this based off the fact that Adam's been, like, trying to move around and was on his tour, and something to do with the fucking status of his tour and how he was, like, getting his residency and then decided that it wasn't, it's probably that. That's my guess.
And I really want to talk about it. And I've been advised not to talk about it because of what we're doing, but I really want to talk about it because I think it's really important to kind of show that people are now weaponizing ICE in a way that's just like against creators they don't like. Okay? So Quick summary, I have been in America since February, on and off. I did shows in London, so I went back to London, and then I was traveling back home to see my dogs, and then I went to Japan, so...
I feel like weaponizing is another thing that's getting really bad on the internet lately too, where it's like, not that I'm like for weaponizing anything at all. I think that term weaponizing stands for a reason, because like there's instances where people do it, and like whether they're doing it subconsciously or consciously, it's one of those things that happens. But I think people like weaponize stuff that they shouldn't. I don't know if there's like a appropriate time to do it. Probably not. But you know what I'm saying? Where it's like they'll weaponize Ethan Klein or something like that. Or like, that's probably a bad example. Like they'll weaponize, like, I don't, they'll weaponize something that they're just not supposed to weaponize. And then it's like the other person just gets like completely fucked by it, because more people use that narrative because of, you know, the people weaponizing it. It's just like, it's so fucking stupid. I hate it. And people that are chronically online do this.
So, you know, I've kind of been in and out of America since February. That was when my work visa started.
There you go, I said it.
My work visa expires at the end of July, hence why I'm doing my New York show, and then I'm practically just packing up and leaving America because my work visa's up. So when I look...
Also kind of based, leaving America. Big beautiful bills taking place in America. The billionaires are getting tax breaks. Many people are getting tax breaks. Fuck everybody but the billionaires. Big beautiful bill, everybody. Good time to leave America, Adam.
Look at my passport right now. I have, and I can see my stamp, I have an O1 work visa. Now, this visa was very difficult to get, and I got it through the tour that I was doing with the tour company I was, you know, working with at the time, because we were considering adding extra shows and stuff. So we basically got it from January until August, right? Just to kind of allow if we were going to add extra shows or whatever. And I want to confirm that I paid for my entire work visa, and I paid for all of the legal of my work visa, and it was a very long and very expensive process. However, for me to do the Chronically Online tour and do my New York show in a way where I was being fully documenting everything to do with tax, or documenting everything to do with when I was in America, how much money I was making in America, how much I was making the economy, the work visa seemed like the method that I wanted to move forward with. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that will come into America and they will work without a work visa, but that was just not part of my journey because I
So what did they do?
It would be my fault for not having the right one, right? It was a long process. It was an extraordinary abilities. And it has a lot to do with like motion picture and everything to do with the arts and the creative field.
Okay, so that's what a visa is.
First leg, Chicago for a second time, Orlando, Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, Vegas, San Diego. A lot of people were sending it to me, and I had no idea. I got the O1 work visa right here, type class O1 work visa, which is this visa that you use. They posted this, and a lot of people were sending it to me, and I had no idea what was wrong here. And then a quick scroll down shows that these people on my snark are actively excited about the fact that they are reporting me to the American Immigrant and Customs Enforcement, ICE.
I suspect, this is just like a suspicion, I suspect some of these people are just like, just straight haters, but also people who, on top of being a hater, are just fucking losers that came from like maybe the Ethan Klein community originally, and now they're like, oh, we got him, bro. Like, they're not, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is not gonna look at this. They're not actually gonna look at this. They have too much other shit going on. But who knows? Maybe in the Trump admin they will.
Literally, we have people on my snark that are posting the only time I won't say fuck ICE, and they're showing that they are reporting me to ICE. Now, there's a big conversation that's going on here. The first one being that they are saying that I am on a religious work visa because they can't read clearly, and they're seeing the R instead of the O1 visa, which again, the O1 visa, this is, I mean, please, people, we need to read. There is an entire thread on here about how they are analyzing that I am on an R1 non-immigrant visa.
Oh my god, dude, these people are so brain dead. Holy shit.
That is for religious organizations to perform visa. Incorrect organization of ICE, which are kidnapping Americans all from so many different communities around, giving them information. First of all, that's incorrect, but just for
Damn it. There's the drama. That's it. There's the drama summed up on the Adam McIntyre situation. God, how fucking nuts do you have to be to do this? Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. To have the kind of time for that. All right. Let's do this. I'm gonna share my Discord. Let's see. Where's my Discord? Here it is. I'm gonna share the Discord link. Invite people. Copy link. Okay. And there's 3 viewers in here. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Who's in here? Who's I'm gonna do chillin'. Join my Discord. What do you guys? I want to do something fun tonight. You know, I'm kind of going off rip. Should we go back to the good old Kurt Boy video? Did you guys watch it? Can we get a 1? Who's in chat right now? Can we get a 1 if you saw it? 2 if you didn't. Join my Discord. This is my Discord. It's my free community. I'm putting in the description, right? Oh, angled brackets aren't allowed. Okay, it's in the description now. If you go to the description, you'll very quickly see that I've started a Discord. You'll see that right there. All right. Let's go back. Shall we? Let's go back to the start. Let's begin at the end when we fall apart. All right, right here.
No doubt. I'd have gone pro. I'd be making millions of dollars and living in a big old mansion somewhere.
And I think we can all relate to Uncle Rico on some level. We all have regrets in our lives, and I'm sure there's an event in your life that you can look back on and think, well, what if this happened instead? What if I did this instead of that? You know, like, how different would my life?
Lurking while you work? Oh, sick. Thank you for chilling. That's what's up.
For example, I always wonder what my life would be like if I never went to the 2016 Shorty Awards dressed like that. We'll never know. It's interesting to think about, right? But obviously, we know we can't go back in time and change the past. That's why it's called the...
For the record, this is an hour video, so I'm not going to be reacting to the whole video. I get this every fucking time when I stream. I'm not saying anybody in my community, but when newcomers come here, there's always some fucking buddy that's like in the comments that's like, bro, I'm not going to watch all of that. As if I just posted like a fucking 3-hour video on YouTube. And I'm like, dude, it takes under 10 seconds to scroll and it says that it was a stream. And even if it doesn't, I always, you can tell by my cadence. And you can tell by the fact that there's no cuts. And maybe people do put out no cut videos now. But dude, I swear to fucking God, there's always somebody. And there's even a new community member here because look at this. Look. Check it out. Look at my screen. An hour? Dog, nobody's going to watch this. So I said it's a live stream VOD. And then this very nice person right here was like, I watched it, which is so nice. And then, like, it's almost like every stream I do, I get this. Like, if I scroll down here, look at this. YouTube's acting up. Huh? Anyway, back to the Kurt Boy video, shall we? Let's watch it for a little bit. Maybe not the whole thing. I'm not gonna fucking react for an hour on stream. I'm gonna do some fun shit. We'll do some fun shit. We can maybe play some, maybe play a game together or something like that. And I think there's some like TikTok drama shit going on. Maybe we'll talk about in a sec.
Past, right? It's past. In Napoleon Dynamite, though, after Uncle Rico's little monologue, he gets an idea, and he asks Kip an interesting question.
You ever
Also, if you're new here, if you're someone that's lurking and you've never been here before, consider hitting that subscribe button because every subscription is one new hair that gets put in my head for every subscription. So if 1,000 people subscribe, I get 1,000 new hairs. I'm just, it has nothing to do with my hair. But, you know, hit that subscribe button because you'll have a good time here, just like the other 10 chatters that usually hang here. I'm streaming very late. I normally stream way earlier than this, but, you know, doing a late night stream here.
come across anything
And hit the like button down
time
below.
travel?
Now, a little later in the film, Napoleon comes home to find a makeshift time machine on his kitchen table.
It's a time machine, Napoleon. You bought it online.
The time machine is crudely put together. There are different dials and knobs for power level and desired year. It's clearly a piece of junk. So, obviously, Napoleon decides to try it out. Not before saying one of my favorite lines in the movie.
Forgot to put in the crystals.
And when Kip turns on the time machine, Napoleon is electrocuted. This is
Oh
also
my
when we
God, I
find
forgot
out
about
Uncle Rico
this.
has already tested the time machine.
It's a piece of crap. It doesn't work.
Well, I could have told you that.
Great bit. This scene is a seemingly pointless gag in the middle of the film that makes me laugh every time. Now, I've probably seen Napoleon Dynamite probably 1,000 times, but I watched this movie recently while I was on tour, and this time machine scene, for whatever reason, jumped out at me more than usual. That one line from Kip really stuck with me.
It's a time machine, Napoleon. You bought it online.
That line of dialogue burrowed into my brain, and it really got me thinking, can you actually buy a time machine on the internet? And that simple question led me down one of the most bizarre rabbit holes I have ever been down. But before we get into all that, let's turn the clocks. I think it'd be fun to explore the concept of time travel in general.
Oh no, not time. Come on, Kurt. We've talked about time travel so much. All right. I just want to see his fucking time machine. Sorry, Kurt. Sorry. What's he doing here?
Goal. You know what they say? Shoot for the stars, and if you fall, you fall right through the clouds, and you fall to your death, and you die, and it hurts. And I've been thinking about what
An exhilarating journey.
I want to see
Dials
this
for
time machine,
closet
damn it.
that will show up or something. But
Okay.
This is what I want
Should've
to
brought
see
like
right
a
here.
fucking fire extinguisher. Dynamite had like years that you like dialed it to.
There
This
we
is just
go.
like past, future. Like, what if you turn the
What the
dials all the
fuck?
way to normal? Perfectly. Like, wouldn't that just like make it to present? And this is a button. Okay. I should have brought like a fucking fire extinguisher. Well, I'm in my podcast studio, so I've got like sprinklers. So, I guess.
Is that not a bit? That has to be a bit. Although, look, it just took a chunk out of his fucking wall.
Is that a sign?
Look at that. It just took a fucking chunk out of his wall.
Okay. So that just happened. I will say, it is a little weird. I've been in this podcast studio for like 3 years now, and nothing has fallen off the wall. But the second I flipped this switch, I thought this was a time machine, not a friggin' poster fall down machine. What the hell? All
Poster
right,
fall.
well, that was fucking weird. What do you guys think is the setting for 2016? So how about future all the way down? Past, this is probably right now. So this would be the beginning of time, and that would be...
Dude, if I had a time machine, Neuer, what's up? How are ya? Good to have you in here. Are you new here? I suspect I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for chilling. We're doing a little quick review of the new Curtis Connor video. I assume you might have clicked it because you watch Curtis, or vice versa. You're interested in seeing a new streamer. So I appreciate you being here. Hit that subscribe button if you want to hang and be a valued member of this community. Because there's like, I don't know, if I stream my normal time, I have like 10 concurrents usually. The community's growing day by day. Would love to have you here.
Probably like around there, 2016 around there.
If I had a button, if this was like an actual thing though, and I could scroll like that and pick past, I think I would go the dial up on past and future go back because hey man, we're not getting any better. We're just, as the future goes on, if you were to take this future dial and go all the way to the right, dude, fucking Elon Musk would be the president. Elon Musk would be the president and Donald Trump would be the vice president. And he'd be like 95 years old. And, you know, we'd be sending like, the big beautiful bill would be like twice as bad, even though it's already really bad. The world would be so, and then like fucking cars would be flying. They're like, what's roads? I'd be like, I need my car, and they're like, we don't have roads anymore. Cars are flying. Don't you know how to fly, you dumbass? And then like people wouldn't have to like film movies anymore. They just like walk around and film shit with their eyes. They're like, I'm filming you. It's like, I'm filming you.
Okay. Dude, imagine if this worked. That'd be so fucking crazy. The secret, the biggest like scientific mystery solved on my YouTube channel. And like I said, in the eBay thing, when it said like he pointed at a TV and it fucking started talking to him, I got a TV in the back too. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna plug this in and see what happens.
I can't believe this is like an actual machine,
we got the
though.
cord here, and I guess I plug it into somewhere. Be right back, I guess. I'm back with the goods. It's pretty impressive that a something as powerful as time travel, all you need is a fucking little battery. They get from the dollar store, dude. It was like $2. Pretty good deal.
That's funny. That's really
also,
funny.
I was thinking, this actually gives me a good opportunity because I was caught up in the moment, yet I wasn't really thinking. I didn't really bless this, so I want to make sure nothing evil happens, like in the book said. So, what's up? What's up, dude? It's good. It's me, Kurt. I know I've openly talked bear shit on you for probably like, I don't know, 25 years. So I'm sorry for all that. But you know, you gotta forgive me for that.
I like your username, Noir. Noir.
You have to. I just want you to bless this. In the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, I want to make sure everything is safe and no harm is done unto me. And you keep it that way, and things won't get ugly. Okay? If anything bad happens, all right, we'll take this outside. Amen. Battery engaged. Charge. The light turned on.
Why did I think that was gonna explode for a second?
It beeped.
It feels like a ticking time bomb.
2016 Shorty Awards. Teal carpet.
Oh no.
Imagine the fucking poster goes back up. What if I say it while holding down? No, I never wore that outfit.
Dude, I do not trust this thing. I don't trust it. I'd back the fuck away from it. What does he end up doing?
Fucking DJing here, dude. Fuck. Okay, well, there's that thing with the TV, right? You can. He said in the eBay thing, he pointed at the TV and it like started talking to him and shit. Come on. Branching timeline from this one. There is a well, the thing didn't work. I'm still wearing this outfit. Unless I'm so wrapped up in the theory that I'm in a dynamic timeline. What if I just prove that that theory is wrong? If I would have gone back and changed it, this would have been a different picture. I would have been wearing like a nice normal suit in their life, okay? So
Alright, what did he...
like, it's such an try it out.
Whoa,
And I
Curtis
know this
touching
video
grass.
is long as hell, and I apologize for that, but when I got the idea for this video, I didn't want to just order the time machine off the internet, try it out, and just take the piss out of it for no reason, because I think the actual concept of time travel is such, like, it's such an incredibly human idea. And I knew if
No,
I
it
actually...
is. Let's ADHD for a second. Let's ADHD for a quick sec. So if you go on TikTok, like, time travel is like a huge fucking thing on there. And sorry, because a bunch of my annoying TikToks are about to play. Okay, if I go...
I watched Trump's speech today in Iowa.
I watched Trump's speech. Let me... Like, if you go time here. I remember Nick Is Not Green did this on one of his time travel. And there's like a time traveler influencer or some shit like that on there. Like, people are like, yeah, this shit. Look. Let's switch it. POV, the doctor will assign Russian experiment.
Я тут народе признал не...
I mean, I guess it's just like people's imagination. It's not like it's harmful content or anything.
Time of death. 8:15.
Huh? Dude, that's so not interesting to me. I'm sorry. I guess people have wild imaginations. And, like, I don't know, fucking everyone has a wild imagination. Have fun with it, I guess. Do what you want to do as long as it's not hurting other people, you know? I have a buddy who looks up New Age pyramid devices and such, and then just makes similar bullshit and sells it on eBay. He does shockingly well. All right, Justin, unpack the code for life in chat, guys. He told the secret is in broad daylight. I'm gonna bring the secret to the main screen here for everyone to learn. You're gonna learn from Justin, right? I have a buddy who looks up pyramid devices and then just makes bullshit and sells on eBay. There you go, chatters. There you go. For all my brokies out there, you know, maybe you wake up and you're like, I need a couple extra dollars. Well, Justin gave you the hack. You just gotta make pointless, dumb shit that you think nobody wants and then sell it on eBay and then call it, like, time traveling remote control car. People will be like, fuck, I'm buying that. What in the world is this? What am I
Okay,
looking
a
at?
time traveler from the year 2671 has warned us about these dates in 2023 and 2024. They are, put bluntly, insane! But trust me, you're gonna want to favorite this video so we can come back and check the dates to see if they were right. The first one takes...
Oh, fuck. I need to favorite the video, dude. Why is that guy screaming? Like, chill out, dog.
I know I'm the crazy conspiracy guy. I get it. I'm gonna try and keep it together for this one. I think we might have found him. I think we might have found the time traveler. And if you haven't seen this video yet, this guy down here goes into
I
the
remember
shed
this. Do you guys
and
remember this?
Disappears. And then the
Alex
next day...
Schaff. Do you guys remember this?
Have an update regarding the time traveler that went into my shed and disappeared. And this is gonna blow a lot of people's minds. And if you're still denying that this is real at this point, this is gonna change your mind. So just a quick recap. This guy walks around my backyard, goes to my shed, opens the door, goes
I think
inside.
I talked about time traveler TikTok in like a video on my channel once before or something.
And disappears. Called the cops came, they went in the shed twice. He wasn't in there. They looked, I looked like an insane guy. The cops were like, what is this guy smoking? And you can see he never came back until the next day right here. Notification on my camera that there's somebody in my backyard and this guy leaves my shed.
Yo, maybe that's the cop's baby. The cop went there and had a baby. That's their baby.
Right at the camera too. That guy left my shed. But here's the craziest part. This looks like the same guy, maybe, glasses, whatever. Let's look at the other guy. This was the other guy. He noticeably aged. Looks like the same guy, but aged. So him again, and now him. Same facial features, whiter hair. So I don't even know what to think at this point. Somebody explain this. He literally left the same shed.
Explain this.
You saw the camera I put before. There was no movement that whole night. Then the next day, this guy leaves the shed, looks right at the camera like he knows, and he looks noticeably older. I don't know, something's going on. Somebody explain what's going on in my shed. I'll be going there in about a week to give a tour.
Somebody tell me what's going on in
yeah,
my shed.
It's crazy. Like, I don't even know what to think. He time
traveler before GTA 6 is crazy. This guy continue on with his fucking... Did he continue on with this shit? Oh, he moved on from time traveler. What's he doing now?
This is the personal house today versus in 2019, and it's...
Dude, I swear to God, you know, there's a trend going by and these people like make a billion videos. Look.
They're finally at the shed.
And then they burn out because you can't make too much time traveling content, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna move on."
This is what $1,000 rent gets you across the world. In
Do you use your other channel? Yeah, I actually filmed a video for that channel. It's sitting on the camera behind me. I should probably upload on it tomorrow. Fuck, I should probably upload on that other channel. I miss it. I feel like disconnected from skating because I've been so fucking busy with work. For the better, I like working. It's fun. Oh, there's 10 of you in here. What's up? How's everyone doing? I feel like we got a good community in here. What is going on with my For You page on TikTok? Oh yeah, look at this. Look. You guys remember this?
Guys, I'm here in 2003. As you can tell behind me, I'm gonna be at Sears today. Let me show you something that's gonna blow your mind. How do you deny this proof? Sears. Everybody knows that these stores don't exist anymore throughout the entire country. There's not a single one. I'm going to show you inside a Sears for the first time as a time traveler. I mean...
Dude, time travel TikTok got fucking way out of hand. I need to go back to the Curtis video.
And I knew if I actually looked into it further, I would learn a lot about other people and possibly even myself. Life is like an endless onslaught of mistakes, fuck-ups, and missed opportunities. And I know for a fact that each and every one of you has their own 2016 Shorty Awards in their life, okay? So I totally understand why people devote their entire lives trying to figure out how to travel through time so they can fix a mistake they made, or maybe they want to go back and see a person they lost just one more time. That makes perfect sense, dude. The fact that we're all not doing that all the time
You know what game used to make me feel like I was time traveling? Do you guys remember Halo 3? Was anybody in chat is anybody in chat a gamer? Any gamer nerds in chat? Speak up if you are, because games are cool. Games are cool. I'm pro game here. But I remember playing Halo. That game made me feel like I was time traveling. I remember like not playing that game and feeling like I was still in the fucking ethers of that game when I played it. It fucking blew my mind away.
Crazy. We're all the weird ones, okay? I'm not crazy. You're crazy. And if you were wondering like what's actually inside the time machine, don't worry. So was I. For all I know, inside of here is just a thing that makes a beep noise. Well, I mean, technically that is all it did, so I guess that's a little true. But I was very curious as to what was actually inside of this thing. So I started to remove the 4 screws that held everything together, and I got 1 screw out. Ow! But then I noticed the other 3 screws were
is Curtis taking
But I was very curious as to what was actually inside of this thing. So I started to remove...
Look at how he's taking the screws out.
The 4
He's like jabbing himself with a fucking knife right there.
Screws that held everything together, and I got 1 screw out. Ow! But then
he's using a knife to get that.
Screws were like stripped, so I.
Okay, I should put my other channel. Should I put my other channel in the description too? Will chatters here have an interest in that? Are you guys enjoying this? There's 12 people in here. I assume people are 15 people. Assume you guys are enjoying your time hanging in here watching this Curtis video with me. I should put my here. I'll put my like other like quote unquote like main channel or whatever in the description. I'll do that right now. View my channel. It's like a skate. I talk about like skateboarding shit on it, but I might and then I'll do like main channel. This is just my internet news and drama channel. There we go. It's in the description now. But I talk about skateboarding. I think I might like not talk about skateboarding for a while on that channel and like try to venture off. Maybe I'll do like skateboard reviews, but still like talk about life shit on that channel or something. Yeah. Let's see. If time travel is possible in our future, we don't know what it's about. Does that mean we aren't far enough along to bother visiting yet? Roach, what's happening? What's up? How you doing, Roach? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Got some new chatters in here. I like seeing people pop up and say hi and chill out. We're talking about the new Kurtis video. Kurtis is in some drama. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. He's like the most like not problematic creator. Imagine if I had started this video being like, yeah, guys, so Kurtis is in big trouble.
We looked into it further.
Does that mean we aren't far enough to bother visiting yet? Yeah. I don't know. It's like fucking weird. The weird people of the world, such as Elon Musk, the weirdest of people, are like, I'm gonna install chips in your fucking brain. It's like, no, dude, I don't want a chip in my brain. I will put a chip in my mouth, not in my brain. Okay?
I would learn a lot about other people and possibly even myself. Life is like an endless onslaught of mistakes, fuck-ups, and missed opportunities. And I know for a fact that each and every one of you has their own 2016 Shorty Awards in their life, okay? So I totally understand why people devote their entire lives trying to figure out how to travel through time so they can fix a mistake they made, or maybe they want to go back and see a person they
we already
lost
saw this
just
part,
one more
didn't we?
time. Fuck, and they like beat the shit out of it. I was gonna onto the belief that this stand God. Okay, straight up, I understand religion now, okay? You know, the thing you believe in, it may not make sense. All logic and reasoning may be telling you otherwise. But sometimes, man, you just gotta have faith. Obama went to Mars. Magnets make cigarettes healthy. It's all real, bro. And earlier in the video, I didn't understand the correlation between religion and time machines, machinery, right? But now I get it. God created angels to be his messengers, and then he created man in his own image, right? Also, sorry, quick sidebar. You can't be like super religious and have a problem with pronouns at the same time, okay? Because super religious people have no problem capitalizing the H whenever they refer to God as he, him, his, you know? So I think you do that. I think we handle it simple, they, them.
Based.
Sorry, back to what I was saying. God supposedly created angels to worship him and send out his messages. Bro,
Kurtis getting
all
religious on
computers
us.
do all day is worship us and help us send out our messages. Not to be insufferable and reference a Tumblr post I saw, but every time a computer is courteous or kind to you is because it was programmed.
Every time a computer is courteous or kind to you, programmed that way because I hope.
To be that way. I hope you think about how angels too were made to serve and worship their creator, and I hope you want more for them too. And when God was done with the angels, he then created man in his image, just like how we are making AI communicate with like human-like qualities and tendencies, right? And now I'm not saying we're all God necessarily.
Also, hey, I think there's like, I think there's what, 8 of you in here now. I'm gonna put my Discord link real quickly in the description if you haven't joined the Discord yet. I post when I'm gonna go live on there. I also let's see. Boom. I post when I go live. I also am like, there's like different communities in here. It's like a lot of cool shit, you know. We got some people posting their cat photos in here. We got React ideas, which I wanted to see what this was all about. So I think we're going to check in on this, see what's going on. We got through the Kurtis video. But maybe we'll check in on this because we have we have a React idea. First React idea that was shared. So we'll talk about it. YouTube Yeah, and you can share. Look at this. In the thing, you can share React ideas. If you're a good cook, you like making stuff, you can share recipes in here. If you're a music head and you bop your head every day to some tracks, you can share it in there. If you have some TikToks you want me to react to, you can also do that. So it's a big thing, okay? It's a lot going on in the chord, okay? Just don't diss the chord. You can be in the chord, but don't diss the chord. Dumb joke I just thought of. All right, YouTube cracks down on unoriginal monetized content with improved detection. So maybe they're sifting through the AI shit or something. And improves the inauthentic content and demonetized creators. Oh, they're on their demonetization kick. Ensure reviews are original will be identifying mass-produced content as a part of the new policy. Creators on YouTube will make a killing with the platform's monetization tools with the partner program. But in the age of AI, have been generating the content that doesn't meet the criteria. Ooh. They're doing their AI crackdown. YouTube expects those making money to produce content that is not repetitive. Expects those making money to produce content that is original, authentic, and not repetitive. Your content should not be made for enjoyment. Your content should be made for the enjoyment or education rather than the sole purpose of getting views. Is this YouTube like admitting that they're going broke? They're like, fuck, we don't have enough money. We don't have enough fucking money for the rest of you. Quit making videos so we can. They're like, they're gonna start paying like big creators less money. Like every time Danny Gonzalez posts a video, they're like, sorry, only $1. Curtis posts a video and they're like, only $1 for this creator too, per video, because we're running out of money. The platform says reviewers can't view every video and instead primarily focus on the channel's main theme, main videos, newest videos, and the biggest proportion of watch time. It does not make sense. Reviewers can't view every video and instead primarily focus on the channel's main theme, most viewed videos, newest videos, biggest proportion of watch time. July updating its guidelines to be more strict. Oh my, they're cracking down on AI. Jesus fucking Christ, not a surprise. Also, can I show you guys a rabbit hole? I went down today. I was out touching grass. Okay? I was doing the thing you're supposed to do. I was touching grass, I was talking to friends, and then one of my friends got me down the pipeline of kind of talking about like the whole thing of like getting older. And I was thinking to myself, I don't want to go down that pipeline because it's like a scary topic. It gets like fucking. It runs deep. It's not a topic that people like talking about. So I'm not going to go down that pipeline. Maybe for a video sometime. But the pipeline I did end up going down was because I was thinking about because I'm going to be 30 in August. But the pipeline I was going down was this. The loss of third places. Have you guys like explored this topic at all? I thought about watching one of these videos on stream. This one right here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but I was looking at my phone, and the other day I went to this thing where it was like there was like fucking like 75 people. There was a body of water. In the middle body of water was like a big piece of concrete. And here, I'll try to show you guys it. It was kind of fucking sick. It was kind of cool. It was like, it's kind of hard to describe unless I like show you the picture, Okay, let me try to show you the picture without doxing myself. You see this? So it's like there's like a fucking stream, people sitting there, and then you watch music. It was a really cool thing. It was like you walk down this like hidden trail, and then you walk through the mud a little bit, and then you get there. So it's like really low key, and I'm worried about it being shut down. I don't think it will get shut down anytime soon, but I'm worried about it being shut down. And it made me start to think, I think we're like losing third places in Chicago, like, and maybe across the board too. Because then I was like, I looked it up, and then I saw this video right here that said the disappearance The disappearance of third places. And it made me concerned because I think we need third places in the world. Like, if you don't know what a third place is, he'll probably say it in this video, but a third place is a place that you go that's not like work or home. And like, yeah, if you're going to say Starbucks or fucking, I don't know what you're going to say, like I don't know, like Starbucks or fucking Chipotle or I don't know, whatever place you go to that isn't one of those. Like, you're also right, but like, to me, like a third place is something more like a unique extra thing that people can go to. If you're not first, you're last, brother. Yeah. So I have a long-standing theory that we lose like these very unique, special places in our lives due to capitalism. Just a wild thought. And that's not only the only contributing factor, but one of the contributing factors is like sometimes the really cool shit isn't necessarily like legal or whatever it is, you know? Where it's like the city of Chicago, for example, wouldn't have like orchestrated this whole thing. Or like we had this thing in Chicago, it was like Sunday morning swim club, and there was like fucking 200 people that would show up to this thing. And I'm not exaggerating. There'd literally be 200 people swimming. And it was like a cool like third place, you know? And like a lot of people were invited. I was getting invited from like some of my normie friends. And it was just like cool to like socialize with people that I aren't like other like online people. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was cool. But anyway, this is called the disappearance of third places.
The places we go to converse with others and connect with our community.
I like how they show Sal, the guy from fucking I need to stop saying fuck. I need to be like the what are those three twins on TikTok? They've never said a swear in their life. I need to be more like them. The something boys. Curtis had him on there on his channel. Also I need to check something because I'm being like super anal retentive right now. My concurrence keeps switching between like 8 to 15. There's like 80 of you in here enjoying your time. Okay. All right, good to know. Maybe I should move that. I should move that bar so I don't have to be annoying and keep checking. I kind of use that as to like gauge, you know, engagement. Gauge engagement. All right, let's do it.
Outside of school and work. For some, it's a cafe. For others, it's the gym. But for the majority of us Americans, it's some random parking lot you and your friends always end up at one point in the night. Now, this wouldn't be the case if we had places to go, but if you don't live in a major city, your options for a third place are very limited. To make matters worse, since the 2000s, third places...
Okay, so that's another thing. You probably heard me saying like Chicago and you're like, oh, dude, you're in a big city, like, you know? But that's another problem. Like, if you're in the middle of the frickin' sticks in Iowa and it's like completely out of your control because it's just like what you can afford or where you live or what you've grown up to and it's all you've known, or maybe you aren't in a position to move out quite yet or whatever it might be. Some people just don't start out with a third place to begin with too. And like, that's fine too. But I think we should all have at least something. And I know like for some people like a library is even a third place for some people. But yeah, also can we get I see the freaking viewers dropping out. Can we get a little vibe check in chat? One, if you are enjoying this topic. Two, if you want me to change topics, you want some drama, some juicy drama, okay? One to continue, two for drama, all right? I'm going to keep playing this until I see otherwise.
Have been disappearing, leaving us to hang out in cramped apartments and boba shop parking lots. Today, I'm going to be going over the current state of third places, why they disappeared, and of course, why they mattered in the first place. Works for me. I'm just getting texts from my friends about what we're going to do today. I'm going to hang out at a creek. That's how bad the situation is here. Let's start with the modern landscape of third places and the problems with it.
I feel like he just showed a blurred image of a mall. One? Okay, I'll keep talking. Okay, a mall. I'm going to start there because for the longest time growing up... What's up, Jay? How you doing? For the longest fucking time growing up, I remember the mall being like that third place, right? Like everybody would go there it was like a thing that became more popular in the 90s and then 2000s and so on and so forth. Then like came like it seemed like it was like past like 2018 maybe 17, 16, somewhere in that time frame. It seemed like more malls started to shut down. And because malls weren't as widely accepted, I'm vibing one. Hell yeah, sick. All right, let's go. I'll got 2 1s in chat. We'll keep this topic up. And I remember it was like Zoomies you'd go into in there, and like there was like jewelry shops. I think I'd see like shoe stores. I remember, what was that game place? Not Blockbuster, but like there was a place you'd go and buy like video games. There was like cookies. They would have like bowling in some of them. And it was just like a place you could go, and there was a billion places in it. Hanging anywhere without spending money. Recommended this for me. What does this have to do with Kurtis Connor? Let's go. I assume you're a very nice, and I played my game well. So I actually have people that part of the reason why I put Kurtis Connor in it is because we did actually watch Kurtis Connor's new video not too long ago. If you were to scroll back and stream, you'd see we watched like 2 sections out of his new video. I just wanted to scrape on it and talk about his video. So we did a little mini ethical react of his video. But I also get people that hop in this community all the time, and they're like, dude, you sound like Kurtis. So I thought I would play my cards right and just do that. And then I also have been a part of Kurtis Connor's community for a long time. And I've also been to events that Kurtis is at and sat at tables with Kurtis Connor fans, and everyone seems so nice. So I was like, I put Kurtis in the title, then I'll probably get a bunch of like nice chatters in here, you know? And I think I was right. I think I nailed it right on the head. So I assume you're a nice person. So nice charitable person that would be down to be a part of the community and chill and hang out. So if that's you, I used to watch Kurtis's stuff. You seem nice. Thank you. Yeah, I used to like be active. Like I used to never miss a minute of Very Really Good. I've been to his, like I said, I've been to his shows that happen in Chicago. I flew out to New York for it. Yeah, I've just only met like really nice people in his community. I need a mullet and mustache. I need to look like Kurt. I sound like him. I need to look like him. I need to embody Kurtis Connor. Until I look like him, I can't make that be my title ever again. Ethical video react. Yeah, we did a little ethical reacts, you know. Is my stream that delayed? No, it's not that delayed. Okay, we're good. We're good.
The first issue is you got to pay to be in the majority of third places.
What did Jay just say? Jay in my chat literally just said, you have to pay now to be in the majority of third places. That's like one of the biggest problems for people now. Oh, by the way, Mew Medic, we're talking about this video called The Disappearance of Third Places. I went on a little ADHD tangent, which, hey, you know, if you're a streamer like myself, I'm autistic, ADHD, so we're going to go on ADHD tangents. That's how I have fun on stream. So, yeah, but we got in a tangent about Disappearance of Third Places, and it sucks because, like, you have to frickin' pay a lot of money. The concept of third place is a good topic. Yeah, I know. I feel like I want to cut together my own video, like my own thoughts on it at some point, and put it on this channel. Might be like a good video idea. Also, I put if you look up above, Mew Medic, I put my Discord right up there. I don't know if you have Discord or not, but you're also welcome to join. Also, Roach, you too, you're welcome to join my Discord. I have a bunch of fun stuff in there. And I also will be posting when I go live too in there. Not forcing you to join, but if you have Discord and you like Discord and you want to join, you're very welcome there.
Which has always been a thing, but I feel like it's more prevalent now. When getting together with friends, you usually just default to grabbing food together. Not only is it a pain to find a place that no one associates with food poisoning trauma, but food is just so expensive now. It's not even funny.
Dude, yeah, man. That's another. We need, like, you know what would actually pop off so hard nowadays? Like a fucking food place that you didn't have to spend $20 to get food. And I know someone in chat right now will probably say like, oh, just go get a coffee, or like go to, I don't know, go to like someone's coffee shop and get a bagel and a coffee under $10. But it's like, I'm talking about like a meal, you know? Like, I'm talking about like a full, like sitting down, having a meal with your friend. It's like, by the time the person comes through, like, as someone who does not drink alcohol, you did join. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. As someone who's never had alcohol in their life, I can confidently tell you I don't know what it's like to order alcohol, but I can only tell you from hearing from friends that, especially if you're out in dinner ordering alcohol, how much that adds to the bill that's already expensive because of the food that's already expensive. So it's like, it's just like it's a lost cause. You want to go out with friends and you're kind of doomed. You're spending a lot of money that you probably don't have, and you're just like, fuck. You don't have a choice. You don't want to be that weird person that's like everyone's eating and you're like, and sometimes you have to be. If you just don't have the money, then you're just like, okay, I am going to be the weird person that's not eating and just looking at everybody, you know? And it's like, hey, I'll take that. It's like, I would take that, you know? I don't feel any kind of shame in that kind of thing. Your friends started hosting potlucks and hanging out at parks. See? That's the way to do it. Or you can hang out at a freaking library. They give you things. You go into the library and they're like, here's your zoo pass for free. Or you go into the library and they're like, hey, here's your, what else they give you? They're like, oh, here's the pass to go to the local forest preserve for free. And you're like, oh, thank you. Thank you. This is what human treatment should be like.
I don't have a joke for this. I'm just going to move on. Speaking of expensive, a really popular third place now is boba shops. And if you're a little bit older and you don't know what a boba shop is, it's basically a frozen...
Sorry, not to pause. Can we get a 1 in chat if you drink boba, 2 if you don't? I feel like the only nerd that does not drink boba. I was hanging out with some of my like normie friends recently. Oh my god. People drink boba. Okay. I was hanging out with some of my normie friends, and they like all had a boba, and I was like, I looked at them and I was like, where did you get that from? And they're like, over here. And I was like, wait, what is that? And they're like, boba. So, and then one of them told me it's like a sugary, bubbly thing. And I was like, okay. I want to see how much. I don't know how much it is. It probably costs a lot.
Yogurt place, but the inside doesn't look like Pee Wee Herman's house or the Simpsons household. I used to go to a local boba place all the time until I realized the price of boba and the sugar content were racing each other to see who would be first to bankrupt me or kill me, respectively. Another paid option is the gym, but I don't know, man. It always felt awkward having a conversation with someone while they're in the middle of the most intense set of hip thrusts. So that chaperone.
I feel like gyms are not. It might be a good third place for yourself, but maybe not to socialize. I feel like the average person at a gym doesn't really go there to socialize. Maybe I think I was talking to. I don't go to the gym personally. I've been to plenty of gyms. The ones I've been to, at least, I haven't seen this. But some gyms have like they'll have like a place to like I don't know what like the red light thing, and they'll have like places to like chill out, and there's other people there. But I feel like even then when you're doing that you're not even boba's so mid. That was kind of my impression of it, but I didn't want to like say it, you know. But I feel like a gym is not a good like third place necessarily. Like people just kind of want to mind their own business. Like especially you go on social media and you see people at gyms, and like there's like now people like harassing people in gyms, and it's so fucking annoying. People don't know how to leave other people like trying to work out alone.
Grammy performance was pretty good. I'm gonna wait for you over here. I don't like this eye contact thing we're doing, dude. If you're savvy, you can find places to hang out at for free, but those aren't without their flaws as well. Something I like is the mall, obviously. You can walk around, watch your friends shop, or converse with the employees. Would be pretty sick if Paul Blart was here right now. I also like going to Guitar Center to mess around on every instrument in existence, but it feels weird doing that too often. They know I'm never gonna buy anything, and I feel like they don't appreciate all the 80s rock
Does anyone else have that? I definitely have that problem. I, as someone that used to go into like a guitar center and just, I would play. Chris, what's up? How you doing? Good to have you in here. I like that little thing you drew out with the keyboard. As someone that used to go into a guitar center and like just play around for fun as a kid, I feel weird doing that as an adult. Like I tried doing it as an adult recently a couple times, and I felt weird after the second time. I was like, I probably won't come back here for the third time. Somebody's worked in music retail. We don't care as long as you aren't really loud. I worked at a piano store. We had so many locals come in just to hang out. But dude, people, like, if you're like someone like me, like you're gonna be like a 30-year-old man. Do you not think that like people after a while are gonna be like, all right, are you gonna buy something? You know, like at some point, I'd imagine the worker would come out and be like, all right, dude, you've been here like 16 times. You have to buy a fucking guitar by now. But I guess you don't care as long as you aren't really loud. Just turn the electric drums down.
Riffs I learned to impress them. Like they almost get mad when I play Sweet Child of Mine to brighten their day a little bit. Sometimes instruments just aren't doing it and you want to play with something that's alive. That's why pet stores exist.
Pianos are
I go to a
thousands of
local bird
dollars.
store every once in a while and it's really fun when they're...
Oh, update, chat. I haven't updated. Forgot to tell you guys about this. Okay, if you remember properly, like, I think there's like 1, maybe 2 cooking streams I've done, and it was like shit. It was like a shit video. Like, I had to like run it through Discord, and it was a whole disaster. I have this new camera. It's like the same camera that Philip DeFranco has. It's like the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and I figured out how to live stream from that with like a good mic on me and everything. So next time I do like a cooking or IRL stream or whatever it is, I think I can IRL stream from it too. So I might do some IRL streams from time to time. But if I do a cooking stream or whatever it is, I can now have good audio and like good video, like really good video. So I feel really happy about that. I wanted to tell everybody about that because I just learned. All right, we're going to continue the video.
Isn't a big ass bird practicing its eardrum
few curse songs you aren't supposed to play in the guitar at this store.
shattering techniques. I realize you didn't come here for a tour guide perspective on cheap and fun day ideas, so I should probably move on. But first, I gotta mention the park that is like the default free third place, or the library too. But you can't scream in there, so it's just not fun. If you work until 5, like the majority of people, you have about 20 minutes to get anywhere if you want to get there before closing time. Shoot, did I forget my...
Dude, I was always the kid. Oh my God. I was park and library mention. I was always the kid that people would look at in the library, and you can, it's obvious because I talk really loud right now, but I was always that kid in the library that people would look at and they'd be like, dude, shh.
Oh, now I got it. Damn it. This is one of the bigger problems with third places. If you're not in a major city, this shit will be closed if you stop to tie your shoelace on the way there. During COVID, a lot of places cut their hours back. Someone get these people a newspaper. That shit's over. You can close past...
Dude, Club Penguin mentioned. Remember I mentioned Club Penguin in the last stream? Dude, I feel like this community, we gotta do one Club Penguin stream. We have to. I did like a 1/8 Club Penguin stream in that, I think it was the last stream before, but we have to do it just for like old time's sake.
10 again. Since you found your way to this video, I assume you're over the age of 8, but under the age of 65, so your bedtime isn't 8 p.m. Sometimes when you're done with the main activity of the hangout, you and the boys finished building the Jelkinator, you want to grab a bite or just get out of the 200-degree apartment. You have like 4 options at this point in the night. Number 1, you can go to a bar with a prowling cougar, and I don't mean like the cool wildcat kind. Number 2, you can go to a gas station for a granola bar and chocolate milk and potentially a switchblade in your abdomen. Number 3, you can go to a drive-thru where you will never get what you order. You're just going up, basically pressing shuffle on the entire menu and praying.
Okay, but also too, I'm pretty sure he's like exaggerating his point, and like, you know, I'm pretty sure he knows this. But one thing I noticed with like, and I understand it, right? With like fast food places especially, or even like Uber Eats. I bet you a lot of you can relate to this. Like when you get something from the grocery store from Uber Eats, or like even an order from somewhere, it's like, it seems like 9 out of 10 times they fuck it up. That's why I don't use Uber Eats. I think I've used it like 4 times total my entire life. But I bet even if you don't use it, you know somebody that's talked about how the Uber Eats person gets the wrong thing. But what I was going to say is at Taco Bell or fucking KFC or Chipotle or whatever, those places nowadays shuffle through new workers like every day. There's always new workers there. And because I notice this when I go to those places, like I'll go to Chipotle or something, and then they're literally like they're training said person. I went to on stream, you guys saw me with like that ice cream the other week. That ice cream place had like 3 new workers in it, and the line was like out the door because they're like still trying to train workers. There was really one worker there trying to tell people how to make certain ice creams. But it was like, oh my gosh. But it's a new line, but I get it, you know. They have to train new workers, and they go through new workers because people don't like those jobs really. But I understand it.
You get something edible. Or number 4, you can go to Denny's because your local diner never fixed their shortened COVID hours. Now, if you want to go with number 4, I hope you read The Art of Persuasion beforehand, because it is such a pain to convince people to go to Denny's. I don't know why no one wants to go. It's not my fault. You tried
Denny's, chat, 1 for Denny's. 1 if you're pro. Mew Medic got the number 3 crown in chat. Justin with the number 1 crown. Chris doesn't get a crown? Does Chris not get a crown in this community? Blender has the number 1 crown. Blender, the OG. By your logic, what's up? How you doing? Not drunk enough. Denny's, okay, I'll say this. Denny's doesn't cross my mind. I'm not thinking about it, but if like 2 or 3 friends were like, hey, we're going to Denny's, I'm going to say, okay, I'll come with you. And I'll probably find something I like on their menu. Because Denny's is like that. You can get anything from pancakes and bacon all the way to a steak dinner. Like, they have everything. Is it amazing? No. Is it okay? Will it work? Yeah. On stream, this came from Jay. Had the number 1 crown with 1075 XP. There are better diners around sometimes. Yeah. 3M hammered. Can't tell me Denny's isn't great. Yeah, you have to be hammered, I feel like, to like Denny's. I've never even drank, but I would imagine that's the case. Yeah, how is Jay? Jay doesn't even have the frickin' on the stream. You just can't. Wait, Jay wasn't even in that other stream. I'm misinterpreting what you're saying. You have to say that again.
ordering hollandaise sauce before at Denny's, and it tasted like battery acid. This is Denny's. You don't take risks here. If you somehow happen to have money and you found a place that's open past 3 p.m., you still have another hurdle to get past to enjoy a 3rd place. Since the 2000s...
Is this a Midwest thing? Minnesota has IHOPs and Denny's. It's like IHOPs and Denny's. Yeah, I think it is a Midwest thing. Because what do they have out west, or what do they have out east? Do they not have these?
More and more places have been getting rid of their seating options or going fully takeout only. And this has only gotten worse because of COVID. Apparently, I'm the only person in the world who has this gripe, but I'm going to share it anyways to see if there are other sane people out there. I will never order a full pizza. I will never order food at a restaurant and then take it home and eat it. If I want to eat at home, I will just cook food. Except pizza. Pizza's the exception to this rule. Why would I pay restaurant?
Nope, I cook my own pizza. I make really good pizza at my own place. Sorry, I had to have a subtle brag there because it's true.
And not enjoy the experience of eating out with others. Plus, the food is soggy by the time you get home, and it comes in all these shitty containers and plastic bags, which are pretty wasteful. It takes just as long to drive and pick up your food or wait for the delivery as it does to just get off your lazy ass and cook. And that's coming from me. I am a lazy ass with a big heart who likes long walks on the beach.
Okay, kind of based. I'll admit. A little, and not in all circumstances. No, this applies to like very certain things you can cook. This is not everything. This is certain things. I just think it was funny the way he positioned that.
Either eat out or don't. Why are you doing this half-assed experience of eating soggy Olive Garden at home? Staying on the topic of COVID-related reasons, some places decided to...
I think I said that before. I need those lazy asses, though. Yeah. I think I've said this before. I think I was going to like make pizzas on stream at some point. Because I have a Neapolitan pizza maker. Pizza stream when? I don't know. Don't know. Well, surprise everyone with the pizza stream.
Start using half their restaurant as storage space and then never bothered restoring their seating. There's just boxers, containers, and DJ kits and printers all over the tables so you can only get takeout. Guys, there are other places you can rent. You don't need to have this whole seating area if you're not going to use it. You could save money by moving into a smaller place. The sad thing is, there used to be a place where the environment was casual, the hours were chill, and the food was delectable. The Target Cafe.
Okay, that is true. Do you guys think about that? I think about this like probably more than the average person does, but my like stubborn and very like regimented self is very locked into like I'll find place, and this might be like even an autistic thing, but I'll find a restaurant or somewhere that I really like, and then I'll maybe find like another place that I'm like, oh, that's really good too. And once I've found like 3 or 4 places like that are like really good, I think about it like this. I'm like, okay, there's 7 days of the week. I'm not going to eat out 4 of those days of the week. I just won't. But unless I'm like 24/7 socializing with people and like that's all I've done and I may be working or out and about and I don't have a choice, then I will, which is like, that's like very few and far between. Most of the time I'm in a position to make myself something. But when I think about that, I'm like, okay, out of those 4 places, I'm not going to go to them back to back to back to back, but I'm going to save them for when I can go to them. So I know that they're all really good places. I just pick how I go to them. So like in a month, I might go to each of them like once or twice. So that's like, you're kind of going to like those 4 places like twice throughout the month. So you're not like really spending a lot going out necessarily because it's just me most of the time. I just say most of the time. So I'll like kind of like put those places aside. But I don't deviate too much out of those places because like there's like there's like a salad place I like. There's like a place to get birria that I like. There's what are the other places that I go to? Fuck, now that I'm saying it. Oh, there's like a bagel place that every now and then I'll go to. That's very good. There's another, what's the other one? Anyway, you get the point. I stick to my places like that.
Past 10 years, this wonder of a third place has been ripped out of.
I'm a slut for mimosa, brunch, and pasta. So 5 days meal prep and then 2 nights of pasta and mimosa, a bunch of Saturdays. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. No, hey, by your logic, that's a great plan. Pasta. Oh, that's what I'll do. So I'll also like make myself like this like chicken pesto pasta thing. And I have like 4 or 5 things I'll like rotate between making myself, like a chicken tortellini pesto. If I'm feeling it. I made myself homemade cornbread. I make that every once in a while. I still have some. Very good. I made it. I have actually the way you make it. I have that video on my stream. If you go back a couple videos, or stream, not videos, but streams. If you go back, you'll see it's like how to make it. I went through the whole recipe.
Targets across the nation and replaced with Starbucks because
Starbucks is on the BDS list, I think.
Starbucks per square mile just wasn't enough. I never got to truly experience this, so I'm a little bitter. You had Pizza Hut Express, fresh popcorn, pretzels, ices, and more, all in the same place. You didn't have to wait to be seated, and if you realized, oh shoot, I gotta pick up
I don't know what it is. I cannot, in good conscience, get myself to sit at that Target cafe. I know that, like, some people, for them, it's like, I don't know what it is. I think it's because I see, like, there's, like, a soft pretzel. There's pizza. I think that's all I've ever seen people eat at that Target cafe thing. Oh, and then sometimes there's a Starbucks really close to it. So they'll sit down in that cafe and have their Starbucks. I think. The Target cafes don't even have chairs anymore where you live. What the fuck? Are you serious? Now I need to look up pictures of that. I mean, I believe you, but like, Jesus Christ, man. Jesus. Target. Let's see. I feel like there's going to be like pictures of this. I just need to like see this with my own eyes. Oh, yeah. What the hell? Some of them have just like totally removed their freaking seats. They're making them like this now? Jesus. Okay, then I've seen some, this is a terrible picture, but I've seen some like this. Right? Right? No, I may have just pulled up a better picture. I've seen some that are like this, and then they just have no seats. Is this what you're talking about? Eat inside cafes like that because I don't have a car? Damn. Like, they'll have, I've seen them like this, and then just no chairs. It's like, how do you think people are going to eat your food? Hey, give me a chair, you know? Give me a chair. There's people that need a chair. Maybe it's strictly local, but I remember 10-year-old me thinking Pizza Hut had a great... Yo! No. I did too. I loved Pizza Hut. I remember thinking the vibes were just immaculate in Pizza Hut. And then I remember I got older. I was like 16. And I said to my parents, I was like, oh my God, we stopped going to Pizza Hut. We should go to Pizza Hut for dinner. And they looked at me like I was the most insane person in planet Earth. They're like, why would you want to go to that terrible pizza place? Thinking this is traditional Italian. And then I went by myself, my own accord. I'm not gonna lie. I got their breadsticks and I got a slice of pizza. I took a bite of the pizza. I'm not even kidding you. It tasted like hand soap. And I have not been back since. You could have poured hand soap in my mouth and I would have thought that tasted better than the pizza that I had. It was disgusting. And I have not been back there since. I think I was like 17 when that happened. I'm nearing 30.
Deodorant because I got a date with this 2007 queen tomorrow. You could just walk your ass 50 feet, check out, and then come back to the hangout. Target cafes still exist.
That one has
there,
but look at the picture. Okay, to your point, look at the fucking picture of this.
Feet, check out, and then come back to the hangout.
Look at the. Why is this picture? Look, it was taken in 1642. Doesn't it? It looks like an old ass picture. This is like a. They don't even have this wavy thing at it anymore, do they? Maybe mine doesn't have it, but I don't recognize that. This has to be old.
Target cafes still exist here and there, but almost, I think all of the ones by me are just Starbucks now. When I was younger, my mom would promise to get me the popcorn from the Target cafe if I was a good little boy during our
but that's another problem. That's another problem. Even if I do, like, want a coffee or something, I'm not going there. I'm not going there because, I mean, the coffee, like a normal like $2 or $3, I think it's like a $3 coffee if you just get straight regular coffee, nothing mixed in. I think it's like $3 or $3 and some change, whatever. No, at that Starbucks Target, it's like Target's buyer is the one under it. So instead of that coffee being $3, it's like $5.50, and then that buyer gets a chunk of the change. It's ridiculous. Round Table Pizza, expensive but decent. My dad likes Pizza Hut. He had a super cheap coupon, but it wasn't worth it. Yeah. I don't even know if I would. I think you'd have to pay me at this point to eat Pizza Hut, to be honest.
Shopping trip, and I don't.
Are their prices even good anymore? Does anyone, like, what is their, are their prices even good? I remember that was why I went there at one point because their prices were good.
If I was just really forgetful and she would get us to slip out before I realized, or if I was a really bad kid, but I got to have that popcorn like thrice in my life.
With the way Chatter came back to hang out. Welcome back, Chatter.
The world has changed in the past few years. It's obvious why these third places are dying out. First of all, they're expensive to keep. If people are still gonna order your food or product, why waste money on furniture? It's up.
You know what's kind of sad? I just thought about this. We're in this like weird, we're in this era of like I feel like there's like things out there that are just really good to have, but people don't always go to them. Like, for instance, like Rainforest Cafe is something that came to mind when I'm thinking of this. Like, that's like not a place that like you're going to go once a week with your family, right? It might be a thing, sure, for like, it's cooler if you're like a younger kid. But even like, if you're an adult going there, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things you see and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll go there once or twice in a month or something. Like, or maybe not even. You might go there once in a while or something. Or like even recently, like Hard Rock Cafe closed down. And there's like one left and it's in like Indianapolis or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? These places from my childhood are closing down because they're like, people don't frequent them, but they're like, it's one of those things that you're like, okay, let me go here for the good times, for the old times, you know? But we're just like, no, people aren't going here enough, so we're going to just instead put Starbucks here instead. This horrible, like, corporate company here. And let corporations take over. Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, there's very few of those. In Illinois, I could probably find like 10 of them. They're all over the damn place out here. Too many great local cafes and Starbucks and Target. Because you're worth much more than Pizza Hut.
Upkeep, the labor, and all the other things associated with having a seating area. Plus, your rent is cheaper if you only have room for your kitchen and a waiting area the size of a mouse's ass cheek. The lack of...
And that's another thing. Have you guys noticed this? Like, gas stations now will be, like, half gas station, half Subway. Or, like, half gas station, half Dunkin' Donuts. Or, like, half gas station, half this or whatever. Like, they'll literally cut the size of the gas station in half and then make it be, like, half Pizza Hut or some bullshit. And then the Pizza Hut's, like, out of fucking pizza or something. It's, like, too small of a kitchen to have too much to have. They don't have enough room to store the dough. That's an exaggeration, but places like Hard Rock and Planet were basically an overpriced Chili's for the vibes. Exactly, and that's why people didn't go there frequently. They probably couldn't afford it because it was overpriced, but it was like one of those things that, like, if you could afford it, you'd be like, all right, maybe we'll go here, like, once this month or something, you know? Or, like, maybe I'll go here once a year or something.
Of seats also leads to less loitering, and it keeps out the bad crowd that you don't want hanging out in your store, which leads us to our second reason. It prevents loitering and it keeps out the bad crowd that you don't want hanging out in your store. Now, when I say bad crowd, I don't mean some homeless guy who wants a cup of water or to take a piss in a toilet. I'm talking about the broccoli head TikTok teenagers who are gonna make a mess and leave you to clean up the silly string and the overpriced streetwear brand stickers they leave behind. I watched a kid accidentally smash a window of a place that didn't have indoor seating because he was sitting on his e-bike eating his little cookie, so that was funny in a cosmic sort of way. The third reason, and probably the biggest, is that people don't necessarily want these places anymore. They can order food to their house. They have a home gym, a home arcade, a home theater, a home library.
Dude, don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started on that. Okay, how do I talk about this without going down too far down the rabbit hole? I'll give you an example of this. I need to show you it just to show you that it's real. I thought someone was knocking on my wall. Portillo's hot dogs, no human staff. Chicago. Okay. Where is it? It's like Portillo's self-serve. self-service. I think it was in like Naperville or something like that. I can't find I don't know why I can't find the picture right now. One of my friends, oh, here it is. Okay. Look at this. This is it. Portillo's launches self-service kiosk strategy. Self-service kiosks at restaurants. Was this it? No. This wasn't it. It was like Portillo's here. Let me switch screens real quick. It was like Portillo's drive-through no service. I think it's Naperville. They're basically opening, I don't know why I can't find this. One of my friends sent it to me. But they're basically opening up a Portillo's where people don't have to work it. Like, it's literally like, I think it's like a bot giving you the food. So you're not even having like human interaction face to face at the drive-thru, and you're also pulling back from that element of being able to go into it and like eating in there. Even if you're someone that's antisocial and you just want to hang out by yourself, you're there for the vibes. Like, I've seen that. I've done it myself. Just like gone in. I'm not antisocial, but I've done it myself even as a very social person where I just go in there, sit down, and I'm like, it's good, enjoyable vibes inside of here. It's not like immaculate vibes or anything, but it's like, it feels very like you feel like you're sitting in a diner with a bunch of other people hanging out, having a good time. And that's why I think it's weird that they're doing this thing where it's like they're doing a Portillo's you just can't go in. It's just like a pickup only. Portillo's drive. I think that's what they called it, like drive-through only. Oh God. Wait. Here it is. Oh, it's in Joliet. This is it. First ever pickup only. I think, let's see. 3 lanes pickup. We will also, yeah, dude, this is it right here. Pickup only. Like, come on. We're just isolating the whole, like, going out and eating. We're like, here, we'll bring food to you. We'll also at the place give food to you. But we'll make it so you don't have to sit down in there and socialize with people. It's fucked up, dude. People, it's making people get more lonely the more we make stuff like this and erode. It's like it's the capitalist structure of the economy that's the very peak of all this. It's crazy.
A home boy and a home office. If you do want to work outside
the house...
Oh, it is.
It's literally an old, rich, white guy at the top of all this that's just collecting the money, being like, fuck everyone. You guys can all be lonely. I don't give a shit. I'm getting paid. And I hope you guys don't have another place you can go to outside of work and home. How many people does this have over? They probably make that available to DoorDash. Yeah, they probably do make that available to DoorDash. It's insane. Like that's the most insane part of that.
Just go to a cafe, which is why Target committed this crime against.
Okay, chat. I am not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna level with you right now. If they made a real life, you're DoorDashing right now. Hey, make your cash, King. Make your cash. I'm gonna level with you right now. If they ever made a in real life Club Penguin coffee shop, I'm their first customer. I'm saying it, okay?
Which is why Target committed this crime against humanity. People don't need third places anymore. So they think. If you've been alive for the past 5 years, you know all too well that third places matter. Our second place, which is work or school, has been dissolved into our first place, which is home. But that still begs the question, who's on first? With prices rising and open hours being cut back, it's getting increasingly difficult to go out. but it's still important to do so. Third places matter because first of all, they get you out of the house. Working, relaxing, and sleeping all in the same place messes with your head. Humans are not used to that. Can you imagine the world's smartest?
Okay, I'll say this, and I'm gonna try to say it in like a nice way because I understand. I like actually empathize with people that literally cannot actually do anything besides like they physically cannot leave their house or have means that don't allow them to like socialize or whatever it might be. Like I definitely empathize with that for sure. So I'm gonna say this in the lightest way possible. But man, I've had those days myself, like days on end, like 4 or 5 days on end before, where like I get locked into like that routine of like working, eating, sleeping. And then I'm like, I do it again, work, eat, sleep. And then it's like, boom, boom, boom. And then I'll do it like 5 days in a row. And then all of a sudden I'm like I'm not like I'm not a person that gets sad very often. I'm very fortunate in that respect. I know a lot of people deal with like insane amount of sadness, but for all intents and purposes, like I don't get sad very often. But man, the times that I do that, when I just eat, sleep, or work, eat, sleep, holy shit. If that happens to me like 5 days in a row, oh man. I am like, I swear, I like reach a new level of sadness I've never felt in my life before. It is like, I feel like everyone hates me by the end of it. I'm like, I should not socialize. People don't want to see me. I actually will get to a point where I'm like, I feel way more comfortable just staying home and not thinking about anybody else, to the point where I like believe that's the right thing for me. And then I'll do it again the following week. And then I'm like, nah, I don't need to hang out with friends. And it's like I get perma stuck in that, and I start believing that friends don't like me anymore. It's not good. That's why you need these third places. Even if like you can bike to it, you can walk to it, we need them like in our reach wherever you are. That's my overarching point of this whole thing.
This man 1,000 years ago, he would have a super long stick so he could plow the fields from the comfort of his potato sack bed. The second reason is that going to third places helps local businesses. Sure, a lot of the places I mentioned were huge corporations, but local cafes, shopping centers.
I feel like that's part of the loneliness epidemic. Same shit here. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like a rinse and repeat cycle. Once you get locked into it, then you're like, oh my God. Like, my friends hate me, life hates me. You just, like, convince yourself of the worst things ever. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare when it happens.
Libraries, pet stores, and I don't know, comic book shops still exist. They really need your help now more than ever. And third places let you connect with others.
Pressing that fast forward button right on your life. Yeah.
Usually with the same interests. After you finish school,
Yeah,
making friends is no longer about having matching pencils or playing the same flash game during a lecture. You got to go out of your way to meet people. Third places are important to the human experience.
No matter good or bad, it shall pass. Yeah, well, for I would say for a good chunk of people. I mean, and I know there's like people that like stuff like that just doesn't pass. Like they are like clinically depressed, and like I know I have friends that deal with like real like clinical depression, and it's just like they'll pass when they're on their meds for a little bit, but it's just like a Band-Aid solution, and they're off their meds, and then they have to change meds, and you know, there's outliers. Yeah. Exactly.
I feel like I'm in The Shining on days where I just stay at home and work all day. I go to the library every week to get out of the house while working, and I'm looking to branch off into different working spaces.
Chat, that was Jimmy Fallon, right? Bro, this guy's aged. I'm sorry. That's a little bit rude, but holy smokes. He's like 14 here.
Looking to branch off into different working spaces, so if you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments. I visited New York City last year. and was so hyped about all the places you can sit and how the city is basically designed to keep the hangout going. They got free seating throughout the whole city called stoops. If I sat on the steps of someone's house here, I would have 2 holes in my chest, a lawsuit against me, and I would be getting cyberbullied when the Nest camera footage of me drops on Facebook. I want my Monk's Cafe or Groovy Smoothie that doesn't close at 9 p.m.
Chat, were we iCarly watchers? I need to know. Can we get a 1 for iCarly watcher, 2 for no? Or was it, this is iCarly, right? Not it's declassified iCarly? I feel like I watched iCarly because I was a Drake and Josh watcher. So by default, I had to watch iCarly. I thought it was a show just for girls when I was younger. You were too old for that. I thought it was just for girls because the name Carly. So I was like, oh, that's a girl show. And then I by a sudden chance, I was like, I think I'm wrong. Like I literally told myself I think I'm wrong. And then I watched it and I was like, no, this is a fun show.
But I guess until I find that, I'll be
Well, only because your sister loved it. Yeah. It was, that show. It was really good. It was a really good, coming of age show. Drake and Josh, Sweet Life. Can I tell you guys a funny story about Sweet Life and Zach and Cody? It might be a little too parasocial, but I'll tell you anyway. When I was younger, you probably don't see it as much now. My hair, definitely looks a little darker. But when I was younger, my hair was there's photos of it. My hair was bleach blonde. And I used to have almost a chili bowl haircut. And I grew out of it as I got older. But as little kids, we'd go on vacation places. And my brother and I looked very similar at the time, which is weird to think about now. And people would see us and go, they would literally chase us. And they'd be like, Zach and Cody, oh my God, sign my wrist. Oh my God, sign my book. Zach, please sign. They literally were convinced that my brother and I were Zach and Cody. This would happen to us when we went on vacation. And it was weird. Thank God I watched the show and I didn't get it as a little kid. I think my mom explained it to me. She was she's like, people think that you look like these famous kids. And I was like, oh my God. And I had to think about this every time I went on vacation. I was like, who's going to chase me down now? And then I think I just eventually got a shorter haircut because I was like, fuck that. Because I remember I went on a cruise. I know. I'm a cruise haver. I went on a cruise, and that was when I cut my hair shorter because I was like, I do not want this happening on the cruise. Yeah, although I know the actress suffered from the perverted producer. Yep. There was that whole thing with Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh IRL are actually cool now. They had a podcast. They talked out a bunch of their shit on the internet.
Hanging out in parking lots and Denny's with my friends when we accidentally take too long buckling our seatbelts on the way somewhere. I got an Instagram now. Follow that at chon.digital. I also got clothes and other stuff coming soon, so just type Chon.
Damn, bro picked the right moment to talk about his clothes, because look at this. 703K views. Bro, he ate on that. Oh man, he must have ate. Should we see what his merch looks like? Should we get on the rabbit hole and see what his merch looks like? That's kind of a cool bag. He actually has cool merch. I wasn't expecting a YouTuber like this to have actually good merch. Are you old enough to remember Pete and Pete? No, my dad has talked to me about that before. I don't know that I remember what it is, but I remember my dad brought it up to me once before. This guy's actually smart. He's making cool merch. Okay, I don't want to add. I don't want to be an ad for his merch. I just had to see what was going on.
.digital straight into your browser.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yes, I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog.
We are at 18,000.
I always thought that show was weird. That Courage the Cowardly Dog made me feel really strange. This is the mental look. Courage the Coward. There's literally one singular mental image that comes to my mind when I think of it, And I bet you I'll find it on a Google image. I should be able to find it in like T minus 10 seconds. Let's see. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1, boom. This is what comes into mind right here. This image right here on the right hand side. This comes into my mind. Or this. Here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is. I see this, and this is immediately what I think of. I watched Cat Dog. That was a strange. That we watched our. It's getting late. You have to go now. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you, Mew Medic. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a nice, charitable person, and I hope to see you in future streams. I stream 9 o'clock Central usually. So usually about an hour-ish, hour and a half before I normally get on. So it's usually when I usually stream for about 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes I do shorter streams, but hopefully I'll be cranking out videos and stuff soon too again. But yeah, I stream probably like two or three nights of the week. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thanks for hanging tonight. Super cool of you. I think we're at the tail end of the video too, so I'm probably getting ready to get off stream here in a little bit myself.
And subscribers at the time of this recording, so thank you for whatever.
Wait, how many subscribers did he have?
Other stuff coming. 18,000 subscribers at the time of this.
Bro, 18,000 subscribers. Now he's at 81,000. He is eating.
Recording, so thank you for whatever milestone we end up hitting by the time this comes out. Freak Nation has really been rising up. Chundle that subscribe button for videos about basically.
You know what? You can have my sub. You can have it. You can have it. There's a bunch of other good videos. There's this creator at the time that I was coming up on my channel. This guy, him and I were making videos at the exact same time about like similar topics, and then he went into the video essay world. But him and I were like talking about Try Guys, and I remember like seeing our subscribers go up at the same time. And then he got way ahead of me, obviously. But Elliot Sang made we're not going to watch this tonight, but Elliot Sang made a very good video on this. He's a very intelligent person. Made a good video on it, so if that's an interesting topic to you, watch it. Justin Long. Who's Justin Long? Justin Long. Oh, you're right. Holy shit, you're right. Oh my god.
By a Eric Leo.
Oh my god, you're right. That's insane. I also saw there's a new drama video out by Atozy.
This streamer has destroyed his image in the last couple of months, and everything that we're covering today is just so.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna check on. Should we do it for shits and gigs just real fast? I thought there was some TikTok thing I saw popping off on Reddit. I thought I saw it before I went to bed last night. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh no, it's gone now. Maybe they just don't care about it anymore. Okay. Well, probably a good thing it's gone because I need to sleep, mate. Fucking hell. I need to sleep. I'm going to go to bed. It's getting late. It's 1 a.m. I didn't even plan to stay up till 1 a.m. today. I did it for you guys, though. You guys hung out. You guys came through last minute. You guys came and chilled, so had to do it. But by your logic, did you join the Discord? I don't remember if you did. I think you did. Wi-Fi, did you join it? Next stream. Also, where's Patsat Rat? I miss Patsat Rat already. Let's see here. Appreciate the stream. I hope you had a happy 4th. Not yet, but you will. Thank you. I can re-link you the Discord if you want. I will put it right here. Boom. Discord's relinked. I'll be back. Honestly, I might stream tomorrow night. Yeah, now that I'm staying in Illinois, I was going to freaking drive to Indianapolis tomorrow. Thank God I changed that plan, because my God, I don't have it in me to drive to Indy tomorrow. yeah. I'm pretty petered out. I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna hit the hay. I'm gonna go to bed. Join the stream. I'll be back tomorrow night, 9:30. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging. It's been a fun one. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Good show. Thank you. That was a fun one for going off cuff. Thanks for hanging, everybody. For going off cuff. That was a pretty good one, I have to admit. Feel good about it. Can't always make shit happen here. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace.